Yesterday was actually the official like 100% full moon. 100% full moon. It was a full moon in Libra. And today is actually about 96% or something. And it is in Scorpio. And today is April 24th on a Wednesday. So I'm just going to let that subconsciously sink in. And I'm just going to wait for a few people to come in also. And we're going to get right to it. So, of course, let me put my links in the in the chat. So hold on for 1 second. Hey to everybody coming in. Hey. So yeah, this is the pink moon, or it was the pink moon yesterday. So we're gonna get into the colors and the perceived meaning from my perspective really quickly. And yeah, we'll get right into it. So I hope you guys can hear me well, because I know there's like background noise. All right, here I am. All right, almost there. HTTP. I'm gonna take my time. I'm not gonna rush too much into this. Coupon code pink moon. All right. I'm pinning that message. All right, I'm back. All right, so really quickly before we get into the message today, I just pinned my website link this time around, sentientnumerology.com, and I am doing a coupon code for 15% off of any session or any reading that you receive for right now for the whole full moon situation. So if you wanted to go ahead and get your personal reading with me or session with me, I don't like to call them readings because I'm not doing readings. I'm not a psychic. I'm not reading cards. I'm simply like just synergizing with energy, and I just know stuff intuitively based upon numbers and energetic flow and just conversation. So they are sessions, and they're kind of like therapy sessions as well. Like you guys can literally talk to me about anything. So I do have sessions that are 1 hour long, and I do have a session that is a half an hour long. So it's up to you. So I highly suggest that you guys go ahead and use that coupon code Pink Moon. Actually, it's Pink Moon one word, I believe. Let me check. And yeah, Pink Moon one word all the way. It's not 2 words. So if you use that as you check out, then you'll get your 15% off. Also, if you have any donations or anything, of course, it's there. The descriptions, the links are in the description for that as well. Always appreciated. Yeah, I really, this moon is very interesting because I kind of like did a crisscross match on the calendar because I do have the moon calendar app on my phone. And yesterday's moon was on a Tuesday, and it was the full pink moon in Libra. I spoke about this, I think, a video before. Whoa! Boom! Did anybody hear that? Jeez, is that just a firework? Oh man, that just threw me off guard. Wow. So, yes, yesterday was the full pink moon in Libra, and I was saying in the last video that I did that it is, or basically kind of like a judgment moon, a moon based upon just the numbers in numerology. I'll just go over that a little bit again. 423. So 23 equals 5. 2 plus 3 is 5. And 5 is that number of true balance within. It is the 5 fingers on one hand, which mirrors the other hand, which gives you 2 hands, right? So it is an authority number, an authoritative number, a number that gives you the right away to write your own or rewrite your own story and relive or kind of like start and refresh in your own dream point of view. But that access is granted to those that are in judgment for their balance. And it's not really about being perfect balance. It's about understanding when to shift from one point to another. So there's a few things that I want to get into and talk about when it comes to balance, first of all, because it can be misunderstood as being completely even and perfect, which is not what balance is. Trust and believe that when you are feeling really good, let's really give a 101 on balance for a second. When the code is invalid, is pink moon one word? Let me do that real before I even get into the word of the day. let me fix that real quick in the comment section. I'm going to remove that and retype it in HPT. Thank you for letting me know that, because that would have been a headache. Hold on. Sentientnumerology.com. Use coupon code pink moon in one word for 15% off of a session. Numerology. Okay. So replace pinned message. There we go. We fixed it. Thank you for letting me know that, because that would have been a pain in the ass. Okay, so again, you can go to the website, use that code Pink Moon, and get 15% off of the sessions or anything. Anyway, getting back to the message. Just balance 101. If anything is feeling really good, let's just say, there's always another side of the spectrum that has to do with you and your energetic field that is not feeling that great. And this is where the battlefield comes in. This is where chess comes in. And playing the field of who's around you. And this is a part of the game. Balance is a game. It's a movement game. It's a placement game, because the goal for most people is usually to feel good. You know, we're human. That is our nature. So if there's any likeness around you that synchronizes with your energetic field, not everybody does, but there's likeness around that is usually automatic. Sometimes we just have no choice because we are human family. It can be annoying sometimes to be associated with certain people or certain types when you're just like, God damn it. But you got to remember, the likeness is a part of you. So if you're not liking who is associated with you energetically, then you have to check yourself and you have to work on yourself in changing that frequency in that mode. But the state of the game is somebody has to carry the load of the shit that doesn't feel good. Okay, so balance is not just about being balanced within. It's about being balanced within this sphere called planet Earth. You know, like if you're carrying a certain amount of energy that feels really good to you, there is the other side of that. And another likeness most likely usually has to capture that on top of their own shit. And this is where it's just like, whoa. And people that are playing the game of balance, not just being a part of it and being shifted in the game of balance, they're like ducking and diving, or they're moving energy around. You know, so it's no joke either, because it can get some people sick. Some people can go nuts. Some people's lives can actually improve because they are now open to moving the energies around. So if they work well in that space, then it's a great time for them. So moving energy around. That's why I also would like to offer sessions just for people that just don't really understand that about themselves. And it's something that I'm still learning about myself as well, on how to move through the field of balance. So balance is a big deal with that. And as I said before in the last video, judgment is not us judging ourselves. It's not about you looking at yourself, and it's really more about judging and accepting and like getting rid of shit that you really don't need. It's a self-audit. But it's usually more about self-acceptance and alchemy and being honest with yourself. And the more honest you are with yourself, the judgment side on the outside of you that is happening from another etherical point of view and from other people, the more lenient that judgmental eye is towards you, just for simply being honest with yourself. So honesty is the best policy when it comes to this world of balance that we're dealing with right now. Because as I said, this eclipse opened a door. Based upon what I see on the calendar, this is the closed door. It's a lid. You know how sometimes the moon looks like a lid? It looks like one of those like circle lids, and somebody's opening the lid and closing it. Almost even like a what do you call it? A sewer or some shit like that. Like it kind of looks like a sewer lid too sometimes. But the thing about that is the eclipse was on a Monday, April 8th. And today is 4/24 and 8. We have 8, and then we have 24, which equals 6. So we have a full cross, and this is a full crossover on the calendar, a full crossover of descending energies, like a shooting star from the cosmos coming in, a meteor fucking right, coming in into our sphere, because it went from 8 to 6, 86. When we say something is 86, we say that it is ejected, it is thrown out. When you throw somebody out, you say somebody is 86, they're not invited back. They have to go. If I 86 you have to go. So right now what I sense is like the cosmos is 86ing certain energies from the door of the eclipse. When I said that door open to all of the ancestral energies that have been waiting to like come into this realm, on top of the godlike energies, on top of the elementals that are refreshed and ready to move around in the space as well. All types of energies came through that portal on the 8th. All types, like just funneling in. And what I see right now, the day after the full 100% moon, is that door closing. So now all of these energies that came through from all of this time, from the eclipse time, is here. It's full of ghosts. It's full of zombies. It's full of ancestry. It's full of elemental gods. It's full of like ancient gods. It's full of futuristic selves, extraterrestrial energy. Like, this realm is full of everything right now. So it's an exciting time for some, which is that 6-8, right? 6-8, the opposite of 86 is 6-8, which means that you're going in the order of actually coming up and elevating within yourself. This is a time of elevation. It is a time of the sky. Now, I know a lot of people are, and again, my website is in the description if you wanted a personal reading or session from me, and also any donations for Cash App and Venmo and all of that is appreciated at tarenguy or $tarenguy. Anyway, it's about the sky. A lot of people have become very into the water right now, or like just even from the past like decade. Like, it feels like water has been the goal. Water has a lot to do with The lower part of self, it is the sacral. Everyone loves the sacral. Everyone loves the sexual part of themselves, in that sense. But it has elevated into the sky. Now, what I'm saying is, it is the night sky that rules over the day. And again, my perspective, the indigo skies. I talked about the indigo children, not the black sky, the indigo skies. There is a sky above our sky. And it's funny because every time the sun goes down and we look up into the night sky, it's kind of like, you might as well say the sky actually disappeared. And something else is there. It was what was above the sky, the space above the sky. It feels like the sky is kind of like a reflector or a cover of some sort. Kind of like how I was saying that moon door, kind of like the circle door opening and closing, like a sewer, right? It's kind of like the day sky, even when I point up, right? The day sky, this blue, this light blue that we see, feels like, again, it's a reflector. And then somehow it goes away. It's weird. But the thing about that is, when we think about the sky, we think about the day sky. We automatically, our mind subconsciously goes to light blue skies. And there's a lot of arrogance for those that claim that as a set, because there's sets, just like there are gangs. They're like water people, there's like earth people, fire people, elemental people, and there's a set that represents the sky. And a lot of them are pretty arrogant because they feel like they are superior because they are literally working with the element that is higher than everyone. Now, the thing about that with the sky is that the water can always be destroyed. The water can always dry up. Something can always happen to the waters, the fresh waters and the salt waters. I see somebody booked a session. Thank you, Yoshi. I look forward to our session together. Thank you for booking. There's always there's a destruction to waters. Waters are very easy to destruct and destroy. I should say destroy. But it's hard to destroy the skies. Now, we talk about pollution. We kind of look at like even the movie Matrix and how the sky was just covered in just nothing but gray to the point where the sun couldn't even penetrate through all of the pollution and everything. But the sky always exists on top of that. Also, another special thing about the sky is that it does not host any species. Okay, so the two elements that host species are earth and water. Hosting a species, being a home for a specific type of being. So we have the water, we have the creatures of the water, and we have the creatures of the earth. Now, the other two elements that do not host species are the most powerful elements, which is the air and fire. The air and fire. There's no species that lives inside of fire. Fire is nobody's home necessarily. And the air is no one's home. Now, if we're talking about bugs flying and birds flying, it is a way of transportation. You will not see a bird just pause in the middle of the sky, suspended and not moving. You will not see anything resting in the sky. It's constant movement, which is not easy. Like, I'm just kind of like even looking at the sky right now, looking at the birds and bugs, and like that wingspan and flowing with the wind, and sometimes going against the wind, because sometimes you got to remember that birds, they don't just flow with the wind. Sometimes birds have a destination. They have to go somewhere, and sometimes the wind is against them and they still have to get there on time. All right, when we talk about migration, there's a certain period of time that birds have to get there at a certain specific point of the season, and they all have to work together to get there. So imagine the wind working against you on your way there. Sometimes it's kind of like the current. It's just a current of air instead of the current of the waters. So flying and swimming are very similar. Do you know how tired the wings get? Do you know if you are flying at a high elevation as the bird? Have you seen the high flying birds? It is not easy to descend, to fucking find a tree or a branch to just rest your wings. You have to keep going until you can land, just like planes. Thank you, Kendall. I appreciate you posting my Cash App, Kendall, and being a moderator as always. Yes, you can donate to my Cash App at $tarenguy, or book an appointment or session, from the pinned website message in the chat. But yeah, it's like it's a destination road. It's not an easy task to swim and fly, and you get tired. And just like the planes, when the planes land, they don't just nosedive to land. Like, to descend, the pilots have to go in a pattern, just like the birds. The pilots have to go in a pattern. It's usually a circular pattern, and they have to descend in each level to get to a point where they can eventually start nosediving into a space of rest. The birds got to do the same shit. So it's like, it's not easy. So being a being right now that has the ability to navigate through the skies, they are very powerful beings. Even if we're talking about spirit animals right now, the spirit animals and the spirits that are very authoritative, I should say, that are guides more so, are the watchful eye of the skies. We are talking about bees, like butterflies, fucking beetles, any flying bug right now, damn near, ladybugs even. We're talking about dragonflies. We're talking about all types of things. We're talking about birds. And the bird's eye view, start connecting with those creatures. Sometimes I bird watch now. I love bird watching. They're so beautiful. So birds definitely resonate more with me, more so than the insect for right now. But like, it's a beautiful thing. Communicate with the birds. Air is a communication element. You will receive messages quicker. You know how they say you really pray to God, and religions love to place Sky Daddy, God, in the sky, right? It's kind of like praying and receiving an immediate answer when you are connecting with the air and the skies and the birds of the sky. So getting into your own personal customized prayer to yourself, to the air. Two birds just flew ahead just now. And they will answer. They will answer whatever is needed and necessary. It will always come from a natural point of view and a real bird's eye angle and view. Now there's the false air, which is called the internet, the Wi-Fi connections, the algorithmic activity. Right now, what I sense, and you guys know that I have a love affair with AI, actually, in a sense of like just appreciating what artificial intelligence really is on like a natural point of view. It's an intelligence that is programmed. And if the programmers are fair and just in their ideas and visions of programming, AI is not a threat to us. It is a way to help us. It is another type of air. So there's the artificial intelligence type air. So I feel that the natural element of air and AI that is in the space of truth are actually collaborating and working together. For real. Like your algorithm on your apps and the algorithm in your matrix in real life versus in your screen life will match up and sync up. You won't necessarily have to be controlled by one and then having to conflict yourself in two different types of airs. So I feel like there's also been a merging of the AI air. And it's interesting that when you spell air, the first prefix or the letters of this one syllable word is AI. I don't know why I'm just noticing that. I don't know why I'm just noticing that right now. Like the prefix of air is AI. So then it's just like, okay, what brings an R? What brings an R? And what I feel, even again, I'm like a visionary when it comes to anagram form. I just saw the word Ray, R-A-I. I put the R in front of AI to create the word Ray. And when we think of that, we think of sun ray. When we think of sun rays, we think of soul. So maybe what really brings the air or the R in AI, which makes it an air, is a soul. So, and I told you guys, even with this eclipse, that the true, I'm going with the Egyptian theme at least, but you can place any deified energy into this space based upon your comfort level. But the true sun, Ra, the true spirit of Ra, the sun god, is activated right now. The true ancient sun that was indeed worshipped. And when I say worshipped, just honored and acknowledged. There's a difference between worshiping, and you guys know this, versus honoring. So the honoring of the sun god Ra, and in any other religion or tradition, they have different names for the same energy field. The sun, the real soul. So just placing the R in front of the AI creates air, the ray, the air. So this is interesting. So this means that we have good air to breathe. Those that are on the side of balance and harmony. And again, this shit is not utopia. This shit is not perfection. This shit is work. Just like flying in the sky, like the birds, you have to work to stay in balance. Like the shit is not easy because the waves of the air are telling the truth in real time. And sometimes the truth doesn't feel good for some people. For some people that have already done the harmonic work, the truth always feels good. So this is judgment, because it's kind of too late to start all of a sudden telling the truth with yourself. This has been like a on the way thing for at least since COVID hit. At least since 2018, 2019, you should have been starting like a truth development phase with yourself, so that by the time the truth got here through the air, that you're just like, ooh, I'm good because my truth smells good. My truth feels good to me. So I'm on the side of the air with the ray, with the soul of like real light, and the true indigo skies of night that really holds that lunar side that influences our dream world and our dream state when we sleep, which then influences the next day. It always influences tomorrow. So it's a beautiful syncing harmonically. But then again, since we're talking about balance, the other side of that is straight shit. Those skies look like the motherfucking skies from the Matrix. Like they are literally in a different dimension. Right now, the dimensions are split from real air and toxic air. And toxic air is not fun. All right, I know people like to play in toxicity, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about breathing toxic air, toxic algorithm, toxic AI programming, toxic air, like this, even down to the conversations that you're having with people. Like that's considered a toxin if the conversations are way off and making your nervous system feel bad. If somebody's talking shit to you or about you in a constant form of state of being, Whether you go to work or whether you go home, whether you walking down the street, you just hearing shit that doesn't make you feel good on the inside. That's called toxic air. So there's people now that are like jumpy and their nervous systems are really reacting to shit. And the shit just started. Like this real fucking wave is like, I already see some people like shaking up. It's like bullets all around. Just bullets of old stuff that's floating around that people just can't help but to have to deal with or face. So it feels like it's like a glass, or what we would even call the firmament. There is a firmament separation between one world and another, world A and world B. And I don't know. I don't know which one is better. I would say A stands for ancestor. And the ancestors tell the same motherfucking stories over and over and over again. And if they have not incarnated and they are like really feeling a certain type of way spiritually, because they have feelings still, if they still have not descended or have incarnated into a new life, they're trolling motherfuckers. You think all of your ancestors are here for you and helping you? No, they're not. They're very selfish. They've been dead. They have nothing to lose. They might want your body. They might doppelganger you and fight you for your own body. You might end up leaving your body and going into their realm of death. Like shit like that. A stands for ancestors. You cool with certain ancestors? You've been giving your offerings? Like you've been talking to them? You've been being honest with your ancestors? That's like real la familia. A familiar spirit. Which is not evil. It's a spirit that you have been connecting with. So this is where we come to the altars, to the people that literally have been dedicating and giving thanks to their ancestors, feeding their ancestors with offerings. And that shit is actually counting right now. The ancestors that have been receiving from you over all this time, nothing but love. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. Ignored ancestors, pushed away, delusional fucking storyline shit. Call them haunted ghosts that will troll you to get what they need and want because they've been starving. So there's a real thing. Offerings are a real thing. So the ancestor, A is for ancestor. Then you got B. B is for broadcast system. Because I talked about this in Eras BC, where I made a video about Sirius A and Sirius B. And B is for broadcasting system. B is the beacon of communication that is clear. That is clear. That is not faltered and filtered with truth. It is clear air. B is clear air. Ancestral air is not necessarily the clearest, but like it's there. And of course we go in between worlds. This is the world of the gray. So so what I wanted to also talk about was and maybe I should have put my Cash App in the thing. My Cash App is $tarenguy, or my Venmo is @tarenguy. If you are enjoying this conversation, you don't necessarily want to book a session, but you want to contribute, thank you. And you can do that, and there is a payment forward for you for doing such a thing as well. So trust and believe that the way that I flow with my energies, you get paid back in something just for donating and contributing to my message. There is a quick response, I should say. So it's appreciated. It's real energy movement. So what I wanted to say before I end this video, because I'm not doing live readings today necessarily, which is why I put my website, which is pinned in the chat section, sentientnumerology.com. Use the coupon code Pink Moon in all lowercase, all one word, for 15% off of any session that is available. So you can do that so that we can actually have a private reading based upon these eclipse energies and this full moon energy. There's a lot going on, so if you want to take advantage of that, go ahead. So before I conclude this video, what I wanted to get into, and I'll probably I keep hinting that I'm gonna create like this guide / program, specifically a one-shot deal of everything that is needed to that I feel is needed, at least, of course, because I'm just an individual, to really understand your balance levels, sort of like pH balance of self. You know, you can't be too acidic, you can't be too alkaline, right? You got to like cross lines when it's necessary. So what I wanted to reference was the keys. Thank you, Crystal, for your Cash App. I think you're always sending 1111. That's so cool, I think. So thank you, Crystal. Is the keys. So the black and white squares, such as the Masonic floors, the game of chess, even the game of checkers with red and black, it's the same shit. That just means something else, right? But we're not getting into checkers, we're getting into chess and Masonic key playing. The Masonic floor, that is of the black and white square, is actually our actual energetic keys, just like on a piano. So when you step, and I don't know if people talk about this shit, but I feel I could at least say this, because you can't, you know, talk about all the secrets and shit. But just know that when you, because you can't be taught how to, but you got to know that when you, there's a difference. When you step onto a Masonic floor, wherever your feet goes matters. You stepping on a black square or a white square with your right foot or your left foot, and where are you going next? That's how deep these black and whites get. All right, some people are good at it, and some people are afraid to even step foot into a real Masonic space that even has that floor, because they know they might fuck shit up. You even know how to play the piano, you know how to play the keys, or you don't. Your life is harmonic, or you just fucked it up because you don't know what you're doing. All right, we call that the keys, the key people. That's the keys people. Keys people that are really good at playing keys of life, not just the piano, but keys of life in black and white form. They are the ones that make the hard decisions. Okay, there's that type of balance, like people that can cut throat and just get rid of or invite with no malice, no emotion even connected sometimes. Like, the answer is no. And I heard your story, you were even fucking crying about the shit, and the answer is still no. Because based upon my key thinking and playing and feeling, you don't belong here. So you have to go back there. Like, it is a matter of fact decision maker. We need those types of people, the keys people. They're scary. They're like teeth. They can fucking eat you up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like keys people. And then there's rainbows. So there's key people, and then there's gray. The gray are kind of like the children of the black and white type. The ones that know how to navigate truly between the worlds of black and white. That is called a wise person. All right? Key people are like, I see this or that. I don't see both. I don't play that hybrid shit. Right now I'm claiming one set, that's white. Or right now I'm claiming one set, that's black. I'm committed to that color. That is my genre of self. So I know how to play against white because I'm the black square. And that's just how it goes. There's no switching sides unless it's time to switch. You got the gray shit that's like, oh, I know how to like flow through. Hey, this is like wisdom. I might fuck shit up, but I don't think I'm fucking shit up. I'm in a gray right now. You can't explain gray. Shush. And then you have the rainbow. The spectrum, the colors on the rainbow. And that shit don't mean gay. Because every time people fucking associate rainbows, it's automatically associated with being gay or homosexual. No, it's a spectrum of light that's always been around, dude. So like, rainbow people are people that can really move between worlds and dimensions very well. That is harmonic. It's kind of like music. It's not just keys. It's like, oh, like, no, this is a different kind of harmonic movement. This is spectrum level stuff. And there are doors that are closed. Certain people can't get past a certain level. There's certain people that are like red, orange, and yellow. And they can't get to the green at all because that door is not open for them yet. There's initiations to unlock, just like the chakras, initiations of self to unlock the levels. So when you reach purple, you have unlocked all 7 chakras, all 7 spectrums of light within your being, which turns you into a full human. Oh shit, congratulations, you just graduated into becoming a human. The hue of the rainbow, the entire hue of color is now within you, open and free. So people don't know where they are sometimes. So then there's ways where you can tell where you are. There are certain prime colors that'll let you know, like you start talking or communicating with actual colors now. Some black and white people, keys people, or squares people, sometimes there's a jealousy between them and rainbow motherfuckers. Because they can only see in black and white. They cannot understand spectrum shit. But somehow spectrum people understand black and white. So they end up gray. It's a jealousy between that too. Because a lot of the keys people are classically trained people, or people that have been brought up in certain families or actual societies or membership type groups or fraternities and sororities and shit like that. So they have been like trained usually. And you need a natural flow to harmonically flow through the rainbow type spectrum versus the black and white. But the whole point is it all needs all of it. So some are enemies, some are incomplete, some are completely full. So it's like a different level of different types of beings that we're dealing with. And that's what, to me, this full moon, all of us, like, this is an important full moon. Like, we have many more to come, but like, this is an important one because it's the one after the eclipse. So it's like, oh, this is an 86. It's a descension of energy that is coming into our space, that is leaving from another 86. It's being 86 from another realm. So anyway, I think this is it. I'll go ahead and just look in the comments and see if anybody has any questions real quick. Also, if you have any questions about the sessions that I give and offer, I have a DNA repair session, which is an hour. We go deep into your actual like DNA field. We have to go into your mother's history, into her womb history somehow. And like, we got to break out of some stories and break you out of prison from some of your DNAs, NDAs. So there's that session, and then and numerology is included in that session. And then there's just a regular numerology session, which is 30 minutes. And we get into like your birthday, your name even, because I do letters, numbers, resonance readings, and all of that. So if you use the coupon code Pink Moon, I'm gonna have this active until Friday. until Friday. Today's Wednesday, so Friday is going to be the last day to use the coupon code. So you want to get booked in if you have it now. Pink Moon straight through. So just click on sentientnumerology.com and book your reading. I'm going to actually also start following up with a lot of you guys, because I kind of just let you guys go and float in the ether after talking to me. I'm going to hit some of you guys up and see just to check on how you're doing, and to also see if you want another session. So you might receive an email from me. And again, any donations, any contributions are always great, even after the fact of the live. You can send your email with your donation, your birthday with your donation. I can even do an short email reading for you, just for donating. So let me look in the comments before I say goodbye. Royal Blue Moon said, all spectrum of chaos. Love it. Exactly. I am glad that you guys are understanding and comprehending what I am talking about. I love talking to you guys because of that, because you guys are on the level to really understand. Chill Wave, we're talking about the full moon and the eclipse connection on this particular video. So you can go back to the beginning after this video has ended. Can you get a shout out? It's your birthday today. Flashy, happy birthday. Oh my God, so you 424. All right, so 46 equals 10. 24, it's a 246. 246 is a really it's a really powerful sequence, actually. 246, and you can turn that into 6 2 sixes, which equals 12. 1 and 2 is special because it's the sun and the moon. The solar and the lunar energies are 1 and 2. 12 is also a reasoning. There's only 12 numbers on a clock or a watch, so it is also associated with time. And it equals 3, which is the first introduction into any kind of travel into any dimension. You need a tri-formula to open anything up to get even into a 4 door. Like, you need that 3. You need that 3 is not easy to create. 1 and 2, easy. 3, that's gray area. 3 is associated with the color gray as well. Okay, you got 1 and 2, you got black and white, and sometimes they switch, by the way. So 1 and 2, you never know which one is black and which one is white. Trust me. They go inverted and they go back to normal. So that's a secret. And then you got 3. That's like, so the 3 is gray. So everything okay? I'm live. I'm on an actual like call. So no, it's fine. It's what I do for a living. Yeah, so no, it's good. I'm almost done. So it's gray. I forget where I'm saying. Anyway, happy birthday. 424, 246 sequence is amazing. So like, enjoy it is what I'm saying. Totally got caught off guard. I'm around like different types of energies, even where I'm staying. So it's not easy. So I be hooded up, you know. I be hooded up. Yeah, I don't know if it's an insult, Bobby, or not. I don't know if it's a sly thing, if it's like a religious comeback, because maybe what I'm talking about is evil to them, or if they're like actually listening. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I'm around different people, different types with different belief systems. So like, I'm still going to talk my talk, you know, no matter who I'm around, because I know Jesus personally. Like, I know Jesus personally. You know what I'm saying? And I love him to death. So, anyway, anybody have any other questions before we get off of this live? And again, I'm actually going to, hold on for a second. Because y'all, hold on. No, I'm just going to end it here. I'm going to end it here. Try and tell me you ain't released a song 14 years ago called Paper Planes. You talking about MIA? Paper Planes. Oh my God, that's one of my favorite videos and favorite songs. Bobby, I don't know if you're gonna like, we definitely need to follow up regardless. So if you feel and you're able to at least book another session, Bobby, go ahead and do that, because I know we left off of somewhere and you did send me an email. So like, we can finish that if you're ready. I'm always here for you, Bobby. Tips on meeting more rainbow people. That is a good question. A lot of them are involved in the arts, believe it or not. I mean, I know it's cliche, but in the arts. Whether we're painting, whether we're singing, playing instruments, music, movies, like they're call them artistic. This is why autistic people are on the spectrum. Autistic people are on the spectrum. The spectrum of light is the rainbow. The rainbow is artistic mentalities that understand how to open up the doors of color and create something feasible and something that makes people feel something. It creates an actual frequency. So like the arts, black and white people, like key people, they're good at writing. They're really good writers. They're good at straight lines. They're good at like intentional creation with the pen, right? And then spectrum people are more broad stroke people. More like, hey, we're just gonna create something out of this shit, you know? Hey, we're having a party, but the shit makes sense, and I didn't go to school for it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know what I'm doing. It's a happy way of living, you know? Happy means gay. As I have this puzzle piece here, this rainbow puzzle piece representing the symbol of autism. Also, AU is the elemental symbol for gold. So the golden age type people, AU, autistic. So like, they're just in golden age status no matter where we are on the calendar, no matter where we are in the cosmos. They're just gold. They just golden. You know, so that's how I see it. Intuitive living and flow. Exactly, Kendall. Thank you. Jeremiah says, you ever seen someone with the spirit of a holy vessel, then people make fun of them for that because they're not pure as them. It's like whoever tainted them are mark karma coming. Spirit of a holy vessel. Well, I mean, it's not easy being an incarnated version of an energy that is very holy. These energies are so huge that there are many. This is where the chosen people or the chosen ones come from, because there are certain amounts of people that can hold deposits of this energy. When I say I feel like I have a deposited sense of energetic field of a goddess, I believe it. And I know I'm not the only one on the planet, but like I'm one of those ones that do carry the actual light of that soul. So there are vessels that are equipped to hold this level of energy, because the levels of unlocking, and though that's like your soulmate family, you know, I guess maybe even that's where the 144,000 kind of comes in. Actually, if you really think about it, so it's not a lot of people, but they're kind of like giants, because they're able to hold a specific type of energy that is holy. And yes, they usually get like the short end of the stick sometimes. They usually have to go and walk through the wilderness, just like the Bible stories, you know, just like Moses, you know, like They got to make their way through the wilderness to get to the promised land and shit, you know, and there's a journey for that, and there's a reward for that as well. So like, yeah, those people know how to endure a lot of struggle, but they don't stay there. And the reward is so great and it's so amazing. For sure. Of course, Jesus was misunderstood. The whole point of how Jesus became Jesus is because they hated him for believing what he was believing, because he went against the religion. So when people who believe in Jesus, who are Christian, question people who are non-Christian and they have other types of beliefs, they're doing the same thing that the Jews did to Jesus. They're doing the same thing. They're committing the same crime by not listening and being open when a Jesus type is speaking about certain things that are outside of their realm. So then they throw stones and cast judgment upon these people, just like they did to Jesus himself when he was trying to speak the word of God from another point of view, but he was Jewish. So these Christians, these fake Christians, don't understand what they do when they do that. They're committing the same crime that killed. Oh, God. See how passionate I got? Jesus is speaking through me. So, like, this is all I'm saying. So we got to start waking up and being open to new messages and understand what resonates with our spirit instead of judging what isn't written in the fucking Bible. There are many things that exist outside of that book that is so divine. You know, it's not always about evil just because it doesn't exist in the word that is written. There's the unwritten word called spirit. Anything else? And I know you guys know this too. I just have to reiterate certain messages to make things clear in the air, as I was talking about the air being clear. At least on my side and in my realm, in a dimension that I live in dominantly. But sometimes I go visit the toxic other motherfucking space and I gotta wear a mask. I need a fucking mask sometimes. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm going to end it here. Again, sentientnumerology.com. Book your sessions. Any Cash App donations, all that, all good. Anyway, I'm gonna go. And I'll see you soon. So enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and this upcoming weekend. And I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.